What's up, guys? I got a pretty cool knife for you today that just picked up off of JT from JT's Knife Life off of Instagram, and I'll tell you the little background of why I got the knife. I was thinking the other day, or maybe it was a few weeks ago or something. What would be the ideal knife, and I started kind of made a couple drawings or whatever, but I was thinking to myself, it'd be good to start out with the handle and the design of the Delica handle. I've always liked how that felt. It kind of is thinner and then it swells a little in your palm. So I'll show you my drawing of the knife, and I had the little palm swell there, and then I put a flipper tab in a hole for deployment, and then maybe even like a little swedge, but more of a spear point shape. And as I was making some drawings of it, this was another drawing I did of it, but I kind of was thinking to myself, this kind of looks familiar, and from everybody, you'll know from the title of the video what knife it looks like. And so unknowingly to me, I pretty much drew what the Sliverax already is, and that's this knife, and that's the knife that we're going to review today. So as you can see, it has that thinner part right here, and then the swelling part just kind of like the Delica, and that Delica has always felt good to me, like I was saying, and so that's why I thought this would feel good, and it does. It feels the hand really good. Where it really feels good though is in reverse grip. Just something about this, and I guess it could even be almost like a fighting knife. If you're gonna do knife fighting, this would be probably a good choice. It has that guard, and then it has what they call the negative angle or negative cutting edge or something, where basically the blade comes down like this, and it's almost like in a pistol grip configuration, which I like. But like I said, it's very ergonomic. It is a Spyderco's first compression lock with a ball bearing. First compression lock with a ball bearing, and I think that works really good, because here's the reason why. When you deploy the knife, you're already in the position to close it again, and that is something that's really cool, because if you watched some of my other videos, my complaint against the compression lock is that when you open it to close it, you gotta come back here, and it's kind of like a little bit, it's just nitpicky, something I don't like, whereas a frame lock, you just reach down and disengage it. But when you combine the flipper with the compression lock, that takes that out of the equation. You're already there to close it a lot. Like I said, this only comes into play when you're fidgeting with your knives and stuff, but it's definitely something that this has hit I've liked it, basically, that you can use the flipper and then you're right there to close it. Use the flipper and you're right there to close it. And even when you use the thumb hole, this one, maybe it's because of the thinner part right here, it's easier to come back to than the other compression locks that I've had. So I've liked that. I really like the way that this is shaped when it's closed. It's really a cool shape. I don't know how to describe it. It's like this part. It's symmetrical, because it all fits together in a nice symmetrical shape. So I like the styling of it when it's closed. It is deep carry wire pocket clip, so I like that type of pocket clip, and this is how it looks in your pants. So just a little tiny bit sticking up there, so that's good. It weighs in at around 3.4 ounces, I believe. Let's see. .3 ounces. Okay. And so the one complaint about the knife is that it doesn't have very good flipping action. You basically, the best method is to light switch it down. Pressing it in or push button does work, but I think it works better light switch method. And you can easily take it out. Like, I think that or you can easily slow roll it out. I think that the detent, if the detent was not doesn't necessarily have to be stronger to be pressing, but maybe if the hole that was drilled in for the detent was deeper, it might create a better action for the knife. This has a great blade to handle ratio, 3.5 inch blade, and in like a 4-inch handle or something like that. Don't have all the stats lined up for it, but just to do a size comparison, it is about the same size as a Mannix. Actually, it might be a little bigger than a Mannix, yeah, and definitely bigger than a Delica. So it has a lot of blade. To it. S30V blade steel, and the thickness. It is a thick blade too. Thicker than the Mannix. But they've done a lot of cutouts in the blade, so I think that's one of the reasons that it has to be this thick, because of the way they fit the bearings in there and everything. So just a really cool knife. Glad I was able to pick one of these up, and it's pretty unique. And when it's closed, though, you can see it is. Yeah, it's the exact same size closed, but you got so much more blade, cutting blade, than you do the Mannix. It just destroys the Mannix with cutting edge. Yeah. Actually, yeah, these are about the exact same size. It was looking weird when I had it angled up, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a really unique knife. I think it can, with the broad blade, it does come down to a pretty thin edge from the thick stock. So it's going to be a good slicer, and yeah, just an all around cool EDC knife. So 3.3 ounces, that's pretty good, and it has great action. Besides the flipper, there's one thing too. They did soften the edges around here, and I actually think that was good that they did that. And the flipper tab is all rounded and soft, and I like that too. So I do like those soft parts of the knife. They could have made it hard or left edges on there, and it would have been worse. One thing, when the knife is when you disengage and the knife's coming there, you see it doesn't hit my finger, but it can hit your finger if you grab it up high. But since this is soft, even if it does, it will still get through. So very cool knife. If you see one on sale or online anywhere and it's within your price range, I would recommend it. I think it's a fun knife to play with and have. So that is my review. You guys have a good one.